As you can see, this washing machine is at the end stages of its first run after a simple repair fix that I did by myself at home. Have you ever been hit with a huge bill for a simple appliance fix? Are you frustrated with costly repairs that lead to throwing out perfectly good machines? Watch this video and I'm going to show you how to do some simple fault finding tips to try and repair some of this stuff at home by yourself.
Now, this wouldn't be a great video unless I actually showed you how to fix a common washing machine fault, would it? So, what you're looking at here is a drain which goes in the bottom of most washing machines. It's a sort of a filter drain trap, and what it does is it catches any loose items that might make it through from the washing machine drum and actually make it into the pump, and then what it does is these things clog it up and jam the pump. Now, it should stop it, but in most cases it can actually stop the pump, and that leads to the machine throwing up a fault. So the drain that you can see in the bottom here, it just unscrews, and you can wind it out and have a look and see if there's anything in there. Now, the one that was in this unit had actually been snapped off, because what happens when something goes in there and blocks it up, it can stop the filter drain from actually turning. So whoever had it had wrenched on it and snapped the lug off, rendering it trapped inside for good. So what I did was I smashed my way in. Now please watch on, and you'll not only get the more detail on the fix itself, but you also get some handy fault finding tips to fix other faults like this on your appliances at home.
Now I'm going to share some simple fault finding tips to try and deal with problems like this. Number one is check your power connections and make sure everything's got power and the circuit breaker at the wall hasn't tripped. That can be a really common cause of problems, which, yeah, you wouldn't think so, but it is. Secondly, like, turn things on and off. Sometimes a quick reset the machine might actually help clear errors and allow you to move on. Second is fuses. I know that sounds simple, but they're often quite hard to find, or they may not exist on some machines. So that's just something to bear in mind. Number three is probably the most important, and it's just note down specific causes or specific things that are going on. For example, pump is not draining during cycle, or the error code that you get, error 18 for example, and then go on YouTube and search it. You're not the only one that's had these issues, so there'll be someone out there like myself who's created some content to try and help. And that's my ultimate goal, is to help you guys get value and save yourself some money. If it's too hard, then you can call the repair man, but at least you gave it a go. And number four and final is check filters and lint traps and things, which in this case, this is like a drain plug filter. This was the problem. But number three, identifying the cause helps lead to finding the right answer. It was a blocked filter, but the problem is it's really, really hard to get it undone. It was blocked. This one had been wrenched open, and the plug itself had actually broken off. So there are a couple of ways of fixing it. There's a hard way, pulling it all apart, or you try and take it out. Now this was already broken a little bit, so what I did was got my pliers and chipped away at here until it was undone, to a point where I could break it out. I mean, this is a little bit risky, but hey, the alternative was throwing out the machine or calling someone in with hundreds and hundreds of dollars for call-out fees and repairs, which is a really, really simple fix. This cost me about $8 to replace. So yeah, a fix for $8 is a really, really good value. So it turns out it wasn't quite fixed properly, and it blocked up again. You can see here, it's coming undone, but it didn't pump out properly and it was blocked again. So I'm going to show you something else that you can do to try and clear it.
push the whole machine over carefully. Unplugged, of course. You can see this pump here. Now, before I could actually feel something in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bucket and then I'm going to unclip this clamp and have a look and see what is going into the motor and continuously blocking it. I presume it's another piece of shoelace, but we'll see. It's quite a common problem, and that filter does get blocked up and then you can't turn it. And it's a problem because you think the washing machine's stuffed, but it's just actually blocked. Our bucket's in place. You can see that clamp around there. You need to get some pliers on it and push it together to be able to pull it off. It's similar to that one there, so you can sort of see what you need to do. Get some pliers and squeeze those together. I've actually got some vice grip pliers on there, and push it down and you can wiggle it down. And it's a bit tricky to do while holding this camera, but you wiggle the whole hose down. So I'm just going to clip that and pull the hose down. And as you can see, there's a lot of gross stuff in there, but there's also what looks to be a piece of wire. So not only was there a shoelace, but there was a piece of wire. So no wonder it kept jamming intermittently. The wire was moving backwards and forwards. I'm gonna have a good look down that pipe and see if there's anything else, and then put it back together and try again. But yeah, relatively easy to get into, guys, so hopefully you find this helpful. So got it cleaned out now. I'm gonna put it back in place. Let's check there's nothing in there. Also, what we can do is just check this still comes out now. Yes. So there's nothing else in there to worry about. Do that back up. Push the hose up into place. And then I need to get my vice grip pliers on the clamp. And there we go, back in place. Time to tip it up back the right way and check it all works. They were the culprits, plus a piece of shoelace. And we're away again after the second attempt at clearing out the pump. So let's see if this solves the issue. Sorted. Nice. This is probably the most common cause of washing machine faults on the internet. I hope you found it useful to fix your machine and avoid costly bills. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And if you need a new filter drain, there's a link in the description. Thank you. See you next time, guys.